Hello children, welcome to our class, the continuation of magnetic material we can see. Now in that we have seen the different materials, the magnet classification. In that diamagnet and paramagnet we have seen last session. Now the ferromagnetic material. The ferromagnetic material, which is when a ferromagnetic material is placed in a magnetic field, all the domains which align themselves along the direction of the magnetic field, leading to the strong magnetization of the material, which is along the direction of the field. That's why the magnetic substances are very strongly attracted by the magnets. When a ferromagnetic sample is heated, suppose its magnetization is getting decreased due to the increase in the randomization of its domains. At the sufficiently high temperature, the domain structure which get distributed and the ferromagnetic substance becomes a paramagnetic substance. So the Curie temperature of ferromagnet substance becomes paramagnet, which is called the Curie temperature or Curie point. Okay, so Curie-Weiss law, which is nothing but from that we can get in the paramagnetic phase the susceptibility varies with the temperature, so that the chi m, which is equal to c dash by t minus tz. That means where c dash is what, constant, and we can call it as this susceptibility of the ferromagnetic substance of its Curie temperature is inversely proportional to the excess of temperature above the Curie, right? The hysteresis loop. When a ferromagnetic sample is placed in a magnetizing field, it gets magnetized by the induction. This diagram shows that the variation of magnetic induction B with magnetizing field intensity of H, right? As H is getting increases, B first increases gradually and then it attains a saturation value, right, along the curve OA. Then now gradually decreases H to 0, then B get decreases but along a new path of AB, right? At H is equal to 0 and B which is not equal to 0, then the magnetic induction which will be what at OB, which is equal to BR. That is the meaning. It is left behind the sample. After the magnetizing field, it has been removed. That which is called residual magnetism or retentivity, because the magnetizing field has been removed. So that this is called a retentivity of the magnet. Okay. Now the H is gradually increased in the reverse direction. The B decreases and becomes 0 at certain value of H. That means what? At OC, that is equal to HC. This value of reverse magnetizing field intensity H, which is required for the residual magnetization, right? That becomes 0. That means this is called as coercivity. Coercivity means what? The value of reverse magnetizing field intensity, which is required for the retentivity, right? Now the next session we can see the closed curve ABC EFA. Okay, ABCD EFA. This full curve we can see. In this, the cycle of magnetization of the ferromagnetic sample, which is called only, this is hysteresis loop. Throughout the cycle, the magnetic field B lags behind the magnetizing field intensity. This phenomenon of lagging of magnetic induction behind the magnetizing field, which is called hysteresis. Why we need to study this hysteresis loop? What are the practical importance for this? See, the study of this hysteresis loop, which gives us or provide the information about the retentivity, coercivity, and the hysteresis loss of the magnetic material, and also this helps in proper selection of magnetic materials for designing the cores of transformers, electromagnets, and making of permanent magnets. For all these things, it will helps for us. Okay. Next, permanent magnet. See, the material used for making permanent magnet must have the following characters. That is the high retentivity. Then only it produces a strong magnetic field. High coercivity, so that its magnetization is not destroyed by stray magnetic field, the temperature variation, or the minor mechanical damage. Due to that, it won't happen. The high permeability. See, in spite of its slightly smaller retentivity than soft iron and also steel, is favored for making permanent magnets because of its what higher coercivity it is there than the soft iron. Other suitable materials for permanent magnets they have given, like cobalt, steel. Next one is the electromagnet. This is also the electromagnet materials used for making the cores of electromagnets must have these following the properties, characters. The high initial permeability should be there, and low retentivity should be there for the electromagnet. So the soft iron is more suitable than the steel for core of the electromagnets. Next one is the transformer core. See, the transformer core material used for making these kind of characteristics it need. First one is the high initial permeability, low hysteresis loop should be there, and the low retentivity to reduce the losses due to the eddy current. So then only the soft iron is preferred for making the transformers cores and the telephone diaphragms also. Yes. See, these are some of the points which are the properties of the dia, para, and the ferromagnetism. See, the properties: diamagnetic material, para, and next last one is ferromagnetic material. Okay. The effects of magnet, we already said it is feeble, repelled by the magnet, and that one is feeble, attracted by the magnet. It is strongly attracted themselves also, no problem for that ferromagnetic material. An external magnetic field, how it will be? That is, this will be in the opposite direction. The paramagnet, which is same direction, para and the ferromagnet, which is in the same direction of the magnetizing field. The intensity of the magnetization, which is M, is very small, and for the in the diamagnet, for paramagnet, M which is small, and also here positive. Ferromagnetic material, M is large, that means intensity of the magnetization is large, and this is also positive. See, in the uniform magnetic field, how it will be? It is from stronger to weaker part. Which one? Diamagnet. The paramagnet and the ferromagnet, weaker to stronger part of the field it will be moved. Okay. See, in that is for the non-uniform. Here uniform magnetic field. If suppose it is a freely suspended magnet, itself perpendicular to the field. This is parallel to the field. Para and ferro, which is parallel to the field. So how the susceptibility? The susceptibility very small and negative. Here in the paramagnet, see the susceptibility of the paramagnetic material, which is small and here positive. See, for the ferromagnet it is very large and positive. So relative permeability value, which is here slightly less than 1, here greater than 1. This is maximum value it will reach. Okay. So these are the some values and the points we have given. See, examples also they have given in that. Check it. Hysteresis effect. So all the properties of the three different classified magnetic materials we have seen. Okay, you can note it down. Thank you children.